This series is not meant to be an accurate representation of the current NASCAR Cup Series. This is a fictional series, ran on NR2003 for enjoyment. I hope you enjoyed today's race.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the NR2003 Simulation Season live here on Thanks for Trying TV. This week we have Dover, the 1-mile concrete racetrack that seems to eat tires and eat race cars as well. They don't call it the Monster Mile for nothing. Today's race will be a challenge for the drivers. The sun baking down on this racetrack. Going to be hot and slick today. Hopefully these drivers can keep it together and finish the race with a clean race car. And with any luck for every driver who wants to win today, they'll have to finish with a clean race car. Dover is a really interesting racetrack when it comes to the racing line, where drivers can run. As you can see here from where we're sitting right now, there is some black on the racetrack from the rubber that the other series have laid down that's raced here this weekend. And the contrast is very good with the rubber on the racetrack, the black rubber compared to the almost white surface of the concrete racing surface here at Dover. But we are moments away from firing the engines. We're going to take you down trackside for the command to get these engines fired up and these drivers on track for a race here in Dover.
Drivers, start your engines!
The engines are fired up. The drivers are ready to go. We're ready to go. The fans are ready to go here in Dover. This is how they're going to roll off for today's action. Tyler Reddick starting first today with Ryan Blaney on his outside. Dover is a very fast racetrack. It's very, very quick, the laps when they start ticking off here at the Monster Mile. Good look at the 8 machine of Tyler Reddick. Very fast in practice and fast in qualifying. Pace car is going to peel in. Cars are going to roll into the general tire restart zone to get the green flag. We are racing in Dover. Very good start for Bubba Wallace as he's going to try to turn underneath of the 8 of Tyler Reddick. Try to take the lead away on the first lap. Reddick battling back hard on the outside. He is going to maintain the lead. Off of turn number 2. Front 5 all single file. Chase Elliott. 2 Dover wins. Oh, we got a couple cars in a wall. Looks like some damage on the side of the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. And I made a mistake. Chase Elliott only has 1 Dover win. The 2018 win, which was his second career win. But Truex, damage on that race car. He has 3 wide racing ahead of Truex as he tries to rebound and shake that off. AJ Allmendinger in the 16 this week. AJ will be in the 16 for the next few races, including next week's All-Star race. The All-Star race will be held at Homestead. So Truex, after that contact, looks like he has been able to rebound that car and pick the speed back up. Back up the front of the field. Denny Hamlin racing against his 2311 team, Bubba Wallace in the 23. Another car that has been very good here as of late. Austin Cindric, he's been finding himself up towards the front of the field more often than not. Chase Elliott chasing down Ross Chastain, trying to pass him for the 7th position. Field getting very spread out. That is a characteristic of Dover. The field does tend to get spread out fairly quickly. Driver not having that good of a day. Harrison Burton in the 21. He has struggled to begin his rookie season. Harrison has not had the results that he is ultimately looking for. And confidence can be shaken fairly quickly in this sport when things don't go well for you. Harrison battling here with BJ McLeod and the 55 and JJ Yaley. Looks like Chase Briscoe is also falling back a little bit out on that high side. Tyler Reddick still out there with a very big lead. Reddick on the front straightaway, tail end of the field on the back straightaway, so Reddick is definitely gaining time on these lap cars. And that will only compound as the race goes on. Joey Logano, some years ago, found himself flipping here in this very turn. Back when he used to drive the 20, which is the car that he's racing against right now, Christopher Bell. Of course, Joey used to race the 20 machine for Joe Gibbs Racing. Got a battle here for the 15th position, Austin Dillon and William Byron. Side by side. Gonna work for a moment. And another driver who is very, very good here in Dover, the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Harvick, one of those guys who just knows how to win at certain racetracks, and Dover has been one of those racetracks for Kevin Harvick. The driver that's second in points, Brad Keselowski, has been slowly biting into Alex Bowman's lead. Bowman, of course, winning 2 races in a row. Bowman right now, right behind teammate Chase Elliott. Behind Alex Bowman, you have the 99. Daniel Suarez. Won last week in Kansas. Huge win for Trackhouse to get their second car a win this season. Really a testament to the speed that they have brought to the racetrack over this last little while. Best battle on the racetrack is Cole Custer and JJ Yaley. Now Eric Jones joining in on that. The two petty GMS race cars racing hard together. Tyler Reddick looking for his first NASCAR Cup Series victory. Right now, he's showing that he has the speed to do it. He now has almost a 1 second lead on second place Bubba Wallace. Wallace still racing along with Denny Hamlin. Not much change at the front of the field. Hamlin taking a look to the inside of Wallace, but not going to be able to make that work. Kind of the same thing that we had seen last week in Kansas, where passing was very difficult. And we're starting to see that again today, that passing is much easier said than done here in Dover. That outside lane, as we talked about at the top of the show, with rubber being laid down, the outside lane seems like it's a very strong defensive tool the drivers can use. Kind of different than what we had seen at the beginning of the race, where the inside lane was the one that was moving. Now it seems as though, as the tires have wore out, that the top lane is the place to be. Just an update on Martin Truex Jr. He did come on the radio and say the steering is off a little bit. There's the damage. You can see it on the door. We're being told that the contact actually happened with teammate Kyle Busch. Starting to see some battles around the racetrack as drivers begin to move forward. See the 31 holding off the 22 of Joey Logano. This is back right around 20th. This is the battle for 20th. Tyler Reddick ever so slowly is catching the tail end of the field once he gets into lap traffic. Should be interesting to see how Tyler is going to be able to navigate through that. That 8 car, a lot of speed in the 8 for Tyler Reddick and RCR. As we are just crossed halfway, Tyler Reddick now a 1.4 second lead over second place. Not much passing or battling going on right now. But a very calm, very tame race to this point. Somewhat of a battle going on Truex. Corey LaJoie on the top side. Of course, we take our eyes off Truex for a second. He starts battling there with Kurt Busch. And now the battles are everywhere. As we do have cars coming to pit road, a little bit of contact between the 45 and 19 coming off of turn number 4. Some other cars coming down to pit road right now. A bunch of cars, actually. All stacked up. Busher coming to pit road. Looks like Tyler Reddick is going to come off pit road still in the lead. By a lot. Larson looks like he's going to be the next closest car to Reddick for the time being until possibly this cycle is all the way done. All these cars on pit road getting work done. Curious to see how the strategies will work out. Alex Bowman having a problem on the 48, as Bowman's still sitting on pit road right now. Now all these cars with fresh tires, but Tyler Reddick still is your leader, even after the pit cycle is completed. The 8 car just so fast today. He will be getting into some lap traffic here, but with a almost 3-second lead. Tyler Reddick definitely should not be worried about getting through lap traffic. He can take his time and really just pick through it. See the 15 here of Ryan Preece riding in 15th place. A good day for the 15 machine. That car is a Rick Ware racing car, but it is prepared by Stuart Haas. Take a look at some of the fastest laps here. Eric Almirola is fastest car on track right now, but him and Byron, actually him, Byron, and Kyle Larson all super close, within a tenth of each other. Here's Byron, right now in 6th position. There's been a change at the front here. Kyle Larson, I believe he has gotten by Denny Hamlin and has now got his sights set on the 23 of Bubba Wallace. But like we've been talking about, passing has been near impossible, and Alex Bowman has gotten back out onto the racetrack after the incident on pit road. Not sure what happened to the 48, but currently Alex Bowman being shown 5 laps down. A big blow for the points leader, as Brad Keselowski is going to catch him by quite a few points, with him being out of contention like that. Keselowski and Truex battling together here on track. And more towards the back of the pack, Tyler Reddick. He can see the 51, but he's taking his time. He knows the end of the race is coming. A very, very tame, quiet Dover race. Not much has actually happened in this one. Outside the top 10, Austin Dillon trying to hunt down the 9. The race coming down to a close here. Field very spread out. There's a good view from our vantage point up here in the booth. But right now, all Tyler Reddick in the 8. As he will come to get 10 to go. Has led a lot of laps today. A dominant race car. We said it at the top of the show. Dominated practice. Dominated qualifying, comes into Dover during the race and shows what kind of RCR power he's got. And he is 9 laps away from his first Cup Series victory. As behind him it is a little bit of a hornet's nest. Denny Hamlin having a good run after last week in Kansas. A really, really odd race for the 11 crew last week when they finished outside the top 25. But as the laps tick off, Tyler Reddick is actually not even catching the tail end of the field anymore. With such a big lead, he knows that he doesn't have to go up there and race those guys. He can coast to victory as long as nothing goes wrong. Caution doesn't come out. The 8 car is looking like he is going to cruise to victory, almost making it look easy. Four laps to go. second week in a row, it looks like we're actually going to go caution-free in a race. After the Bristol Dirt Race, a caution-free race seems like it is few and far between or far-fetched. But the last 2 weeks, the drivers have held it together, which is good for the teams, good for the guys back at the shop that have to rebuild race cars when there is a shortage of some certain parts for these cars. Not having wrecked race cars is a good thing. Looks like Denny Hamlin has actually gotten by the 5 car of Larson to move into the 3rd position. But right now it's the white flag. Tyler Reddick off turn number 2 with a almost 2-second lead. Down into turn number 3. He made it look easy today. Tyler Reddick, his first Cup Series victory, and it comes here at Dover. An unbelievable run for Tyler Reddick. A dominating performance all weekend long for the 8 car. We knew it was coming. And he walks away with the win. And he's going to give these fans a show. And Tyler Reddick will bring his 8 machine for his first victory in the NASCAR Cup Series. He wins here in Dover. And he's going to burn it down. Great race for the 8 car. A very dominating performance for Tyler Reddick. You knew it was coming. Looks like he actually blew second gear. Taps the wall a little bit there. And Tyler Reddick will park the 8 car down here and get the checkered flag for his first career victory. Here's the finishing results from today's race at the Dover Motor Speedway. Tyler Reddick comes home with the victory. It was only a matter of when, and the other question was where will it happen today at Dover Motor Speedway. Bubba Wallace in second, Denny Hamlin in third. That's your top 3. The rest of the field will roll across your screen. An unbelievable run by Tyler Reddick, and we've said it multiple times, but he really did dominate this whole entire weekend. A very fast car in practice, finished first in practice. We knew that Tyler had some speed in that 8 car, and RCR really brought it here at Dover. It was a performance that I think Tyler Reddick needed. Morale, confidence was a little bit low. He was not getting the results that he really thought that that team could do. And today they were able to put together a full race. Even on pit road, Tyler Reddick actually extended his lead on pit road, and that's thanks to great driver execution on pit road and the crew really getting it done here today. Taking a look at the points as well, big hit for Alex Bowman today as he's going to finish multiple laps down after a problem on pit road. We were being told after the race here that Alex Bowman, the problem they had was actually the single lock lug on the right rear tire was actually seized onto the wheel, and they really had to work to get that off to change the tire, which is what caused that 5 laps that Bowman was down. So unfortunate for the 48 team, but the rest of the points are going to come here. And taking a look at the schedule, All-Star race at Homestead Miami Speedway next week. All-Star format is going to be as follows: a random draw with 2 separate races. So what's going to happen is there's 40 entries for that race. And what's going to happen is it's going to be 2 separate races, 20 at each. A random draw will pick what driver is in what race, and the top 10 finishers from those 2 15-lap races will move on to the 25-lap feature at Homestead Miami. So the All-Star race is next week. It will be a good race. It will be interesting to see who can walk away with the $1 million. And then after that, momentum, whoever wins that is going to go into the Coca-Cola 600 with some huge momentum for the longest race of the season. But that is going to do it for today's broadcast. We hope to see you next week for the All-Star race. Thank you for tuning in today here in Dover. Congratulations to the 8 team, Tyler Reddick and RCR, for their victory today. We hope to see you in the next race.